13 in the 500. He won the Dutch 500cc Grand Prix this season. Remy van Ries, number 14 on the 250. And in the 125's, former world champion Pedro Tractor.
I think many riders are the same level, and yeah, the start is very important for everybody, and I think if the start is good, then we can win also, and hopefully we make good results, all three of them, then we can finish in the top 4, top 5.
Also looking for a place in the top 5 will be the German team, Dietmar Lacher, number 22, there he is on the 500, Bernd Eckenbach on the 125s, and Pit Beirer, who's been a real sensation this year on the 250.
I think we are a good team this year. Everybody won GP already in his career, so I think a top 5 position should be possible, but more we have to see how the race is going on. For me, I hope a little bit better than 5.
Well, throwing the net well away from Europe, let's look at the New Zealand team. Joshua Coppins, 21 on the 125, Daryl King, number 20 on the 250, and his brother, the new world champion Shane King, number 19 on the 500.
One of my goals after winning the World Championship was to win at least one moto here in the Motocross of Nations. That means beating the 250s and the 125s. So if I can fulfill that dream tomorrow, I'll be a happy man, and you know, I know I'm capable of beating everyone here on the 500 and proving to them and myself that I'm the best in the world in the 500 class.
Fighting talk from the Kiwi, fighting talk too from the Italians. Franco Rossi, number 52 on the 500. 95 World Championship runner-up Alessio Chiodo on 54, the 125. And in the 250s, Andrea Bartolini, there he is, number 53. As the organisers, Spain qualify automatically, but even with the backing of their fans, Xavier Colomet on the 125, Xavier Vico on the 250, and David Avila, there he is on the 500, are going to have a tough time breaking into the top 10. Back with more action after this. Well, welcome back. Let's have a look at the 16 teams that went through after qualifying. The lowest score counts. You score 1 point for first place and so on down the order. So Italy have done extremely well indeed. Holland and Germany looking strong. So too Great Britain in the qualifying rounds. Of course, they go in with the 4 top qualifiers who are already through. Top 3 from last year, and Spain, the host nation. So a wide variety of different nations, as you can see, in the qualifying 16. Australia qualified. They were 7th with Mike Cook in the 125s, Craig Anson in the 250s, and Kim Ashkenazi 3rd in his qualifying heat in the 500s, and the Aussie team enjoying their trip up top, I guess, as opposed to down under, and looking strong.
Well, it's definitely a long way from Australia to come to Europe, but every year we make the trip. This is my 5th time for the Motocross of Nations, and I would like to hope that our team could finish top 10, maybe top 12, and if we do that, I think we'll all be very happy. The Motocross of Nations for the Australian team is really to try and help the sport at home, for the younger riders, to give them something to aspire to be. If we can do well in Motocross of Nations each year, it helps the younger kids look up to us and try and prove themselves to be able to come to the Nations.
Now, qualifying, as we heard earlier, bears no relation to the final starting order. The grid is decided by a draw to give everybody as fair a chance as possible. And the team that draws number 1, they will start riders 1, 21 and 41, and so on down it goes.
That's equal chances, and I think it's quite exciting to see which number I have, which position.
So let's get down to the first of the action then, mixing the 125s with the big boys, the 500s. Now with 3 riders each riding twice. That's 6 results. The best 5 out of 6 will count for the overall final results. And this year, points are awarded overall as well. So if you're the first 1, 2, 5, but you're only 10th, then sorry, they only counted as 10th in this race. Away they go, but already there's trouble at the first corner, several riders going down, and a big clash there in the melee. And in the middle of that, 2 of the Belgian riders, number 3 there, Stefan Evert's getting restarted, but he's looking over to the left because Jo Smets, his teammate, is down and definitely, well, I was going to say definitely out, but he's not. He does restart, but a long, long way back. Let's have a look there. 1 faller in the middle of the pack, and down go half a dozen, maybe 8 riders, including the 2 Belgians. Out front, though, Jeff Emig from the United States, leading from number 22, Didi Lacker of Germany. Johansson 16 and Spain's Aviles behind them, but 2 more fallers. That's the Estonian Karo and Eckenbach from Germany out at this early stage. Another faller, and that is the Czech rider, Petr Suchar. And my word, that was an uncomfortable tumble there he took. Shane King on number 19 making speedy progress, and he demotes David Aviles. First 2 stay the same. King now up into 3rd place, Aviles down into 4th. So Emig, Lacker, King, Aviles is the way they go at the end of lap 1. And battling all the way down the order, we just saw Torte and Bolle there, fighting each other at the bottom of the top 10. Stefan Everts, only 29th at this stage. And there is Torte, the new world champion, making his way up the field. Everts on the move. But from 29th, it's a long way to move up. So Emig leads, Lacker in 2nd, 3rd is still the New Zealander. But Steve Lamson has passed Britain's Rob Herring for 5th place, and Torte, well, Torte is following him very closely indeed as well. And it looks as though there's Aviles. There you go, the leaders, very wide line indeed from Lacker. So Emig leads from Shane King and Steve Lamson in 3rd. Lacker is 4th. And then Tortelli, Bolle and Aviles behind him, but only just. Emig opening up his lead. But Steve Lamson closing in on the Kiwi ahead of him. Shane King on number 19 coming under intense pressure, and Lamson passes him. Lap 6, the 2 US riders in the top 2 places. And the battle on now for the other positions. 3rd is Shane King. Jeff Emig clearing off. Steve Lamson following him. Shane King in 3rd. And here's the battle for 4th, very close indeed, between Lacker 22 and Tortelli on 9. And 7 laps in, the top 2 unchanged, 3rd place. Behind this back marker, unchanged. No, Tortelli has moved up. He has passed Lacker and King to take 3rd place, so Tortelli really flying. And as Sebastian Tortelli eases away from these 2 in 3rd place, the battle developing for the lead between the 2 Americans. Jeff Emig 4, Steve Lamson 6. And who's going to get this one? Well, midway through the race then, you see the way it's developed. And Jeff Emig on the 500, his first race on the 500, don't forget, down to second place. As Steve Lamson has gone past on the 125. But look at this. Sebastian Tortelli on his 125, closing ever more strongly. And could this become a three-way battle for the lead? Tortelli certainly wants to make it that way, and the French fans would be delighted if he could do so. Lasher 22 is still fourth. Bolle closing on him, so the USA doing very well indeed. France looking quite competitive. Bolle closing, looking for that fourth place. And down goes Britain's Rob Herring. Down, and this time definitely out. He's not going to get up from that fall. Well, he's got up, but he's not going to rejoin from that fall. And Bolle is up into fourth. Lakia behind him there. You can see him just in shot. There he goes. So some great riding from the French. Frédéric Bolle leaving Dietmar Lakia behind him. Here come the lead pairing. Still Lamson leading Emig. And Sebastian Tortelli couldn't be much closer, could he really? He really is ripping into their lead battle. And now Sebastian Tortelli looks as if he is up for second position. There's the leader, Lamson. There's second place, Emig, opened up a couple of meters again and getting the big hurry up from the crowd. Maybe one of the team there on the side of the track was Sebastian Tortelli rather, in second place now, having passed Jeff Emig. And moving up, Stefan Everts into an unbelievable fifth place on lap 13. Don't forget, he fell on the first corner, was taken out on the first corner in the big collision, and the sensational riding from the Belgian will finally move him up into fourth position by the end. Bolle behind him in fifth, and Lakia in sixth. Shane King not doing too well, I'm afraid. The 500cc world champion, only seventh. So a tough time for some of the top countries. Holland, Gijsber's there, only 8th. Tractor just 11th, and they're going to find it very tough indeed getting into the top 5. A bad start for Italy as well. Chiodi 13th and Rossi 26th, a lap down on the leaders at the end. Absolutely calamitous, and no better, I'm afraid, either for the team from Great Britain. Their hopes have really gone. Rob Herring we saw retire, and Malin only 15th. So Paul Malin, the sole British representative here, and their chances of beating the Americans or anybody else, I'm afraid this time, pretty much nil. So the leader still Steve Lamson, but right behind him, and look how close he's getting now, Sebastian Tortelli. Any mistake by Tortelli though, Jeff Emig is following closely and he'll capitalise on it. But it looks as though, with the checkered flag beckoning, it's victory in race 1 for the USA. Steve Lamson beats Sebastian Tortelli, Jeff Emig and Stefan Everts.
Start considering with the 500s, and I just rode good. I looked ahead, my bike, my Honda worked great, and everything, couldn't ask for anything better. I rode a really good, smooth race.
J'ai été pris un peu dans la chute du